Alright, it is officially part 2. So, step 1. Let's get this one out of the way.
I see. By any means necessary, then. Before the war's end. I'm covered, but just to be safe, I need you to check on my mother and Kupala.
What's this about?
Still following me, huh? We have got to work on those manners, pal. Unless you really meant that bit about protecting me.
Who was that?
A spy. I pay him money I don't have to monitor my stepmother, just in case something happens to me. Whether I'm above the dirt or below it, it's on me to protect my mom and her home, Kupala.
Would your stepmother really harm her?
No doubt about it. She's been honing her crazy plans lately. All because I've taken to fighting at your side. She thinks I'm making a name for myself before my glorious return to House Albrecht. Being delusional is her sport. There's little advantage to her going after my mom, but she's unpredictable. Gotta stay vigilant.
What's your mother like?
Guess I haven't talked about her. After her and my pop split, she returned home. Where she's from, it's kind of an odd place. You know the folks who live in the mountains of the Alliance? Guessing that's a no. Few do. Imagine a place with no influence to speak of. Nestled in the mountains on the Almyran border. That's Kupala.
Oh, so the apostle that went into the mountains, that's your ancestor. Okay. Or at least where you got your crest from. Neat. People live there?
Well, they're not mountain goats. And it's not like they never interact with the Lords of the Alliance. They're incredibly isolated, though. Even their trade relations are remarkably limited. Doubt that'll change. The land lacks resources worth fighting over. Probably for the best, honestly. Oh, but back to my mom. She was different. An exception to the rule in Kupala. She left the mountains, was rescued by my dad, and fell madly in love with him.
Sounds like destiny.
That goddess of yours is one cruel minx. So if that's the destiny she gave him, wouldn't surprise me a bit. My birth helped matters, but only a little. House Albrecht just wasn't where she belonged. My dad was in a tough spot. He was obligated to marry a fellow noble and produce a fitting heir. Nobody'd want to live out their days where they're utterly unwelcome. So my mom returned to Kupala.
I see.
Then it happened. I was enrolled in the Officers' Academy at Garreg Mach, and everything changed. During my enrollment examination, they discovered that I bear the major crest of Chevalier. My dad decided to resist his family's wishes and make me the head of the house after I graduated. Thing is, the truth of my special crest was kept a secret, by decree of the church. He couldn't tell anyone about my prized bloodline, so I was forced to step down as the legitimate heir.
The church hid it?
It was for the best. My crest was inherited from mountain folk who prefer to keep to themselves. Imagine what would happen to Kupala if it got out. We both know it would destroy their way of life.
People would do anything for a rare crest.
Too true. I'm guessing the church thought my crest would cause trouble in Fodlan.
Well, it technically did, but that's beside the point.
But don't get me wrong. No matter what life's thrown at me, I'm no victim. Like I've said, I prefer it this way. I've got to be free. Even if things were different, I'd still choose this life. But I can't let my mother and her people pay the price for keeping peace in Fodlan. Wouldn't be right. All I can do is make a name for myself in battle and secure enough power to protect them. Failure isn't an option.
And back to staring at a door. Okay, enough of that. So, what's the new quest? Oh wait. What is that new quest anyway? Is that just renewing the... Actually, it's probably just renewing... What's it called?
Really now? There's unrest everywhere these days. All of my fellow merchants seem to be endangered. I hope things go back to normal soon. People need more to smile about, aside from my great deals. Hey,
Okay.
how over.
Alright, it's just the Valuable Secrets quest again. So, back to support conversations. I guess so that I have a better backdrop for it. So, there's a metric ton of these we have to get through. So, before we get into the really fun ones, let's go through some of the ones I didn't unlock the last time.
Ah, young Edelgard. This is your first time in this room, yes?
Wait, how?
That's right. When I was a student, I avoided this place. I couldn't allow the church to learn of my crests, after all.
True enough. But now you have come here by your own choice. Can I take that as an indication that you have come to trust me a little more?
I suppose so, though I'm still bothered by certain things.
Tell me, what things might those be?
Well, we're fighting to free the world from the church's control and to unify Fodlan. You must have some idea of what the world I'm seeking to create will be like.
With the world freed from the powers of crests, Fodlan's system of nobility will collapse.
Precisely. Our current system is founded on the fact that crests are inherited through blood. If we shatter the status quo so that those without crests are no longer at the mercy of those with them, the very concept of nobility will vanish.
Why should that have any effect on me? I am no longer a member of the nobility.
But you've based your life around researching them, so what would you do then?
Perhaps the fate of the nobility is of no consequence to you. But what about that of crests?
Bingo!
You've devoted your life to unraveling their secrets. Whereas I seek to create a world where crests are no longer valued. In fact, I would prefer to rid the world of them entirely if at all possible. Does this not concern you?
I see. I think I finally understand why you've always seemed so unsure about me. You imagine your ambition might crush my dreams. I assure you, there is nothing to worry about. I support your plans and your ideals wholeheartedly. But at the same time, I also believe that the influence of crests will not be so easily quelled. That is why I must continue to research them and unravel all the secrets they hold.
Fair enough.
I see.
What's the problem with that, Edelgard? Oh, come on, you're not just ending it there, are you? Come on! Give me more to chew on than that!
Professor Manuela, may I come in? This room, what happened here?
Oh, nothing out of the ordinary. Why? Is something the matter?
No, I just... can I help you tidy up? Actually, I have to know. How did you make such a mess in the first place?
Please don't ask for the details. Suffice to say, my room always looks like this after I've been done.
Oh, right. Well, let's see what we can do about it.
Why are you spending all this time with
Your
this?
help was unexpected, but appreciated, Edelgard. Now, what can I do for you?
I heard that you haven't been acting like yourself, so I came to see if you're doing all right. But the moment I saw you, I could tell you were troubled, so it seemed pointless to ask.
I suppose it was rather obvious, wasn't it? Perhaps I should stop being quite so dramatic. All the same, dear, I'd like to repay you for helping me out. Name your prize.
I don't need a reward, but if you wouldn't mind answering my question, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Of course. What is it?
I once asked you why you chose to retire. You said that the goddess supports you emotionally, but it's up to you to take care of the rest. I have to admit that I don't quite understand what you meant by that. Can you please explain?
Did I say that? I suppose so. From joining the Middle Franc Opera Company to becoming a diva of the grand stage. I went through so much to achieve what I did. Looking back, I don't know how I made it.
What happened during that time?
Everything.
A lot. My divinely gifted voice only got me to the edge of the stage. From there, I had to work hard to defeat my rivals. I did all of this by myself, through sheer force of will. all so I could stand center stage.
Ah, I see I was wrong about something. I thought that being a devout believer implied a certain weakness of spirit, an inability to survive on your own. But you've proven me wrong, Professor Manuela.
Why are you ending it there? No, stop ending it early. No, stop it. Pretty sure I've seen this one.
Show them this letter. Threaten them. Do what you must. Now go.
Yes, sir.
It's fun to watch these two argue anyway.
Hubert, that letter. Is that what I think it was?
I suppose there's no denying it.
But Edelgard...
Explicitly forbade me to send it. Yes, I know.
I cannot believe it! You disobeyed a direct order? I thought you were her loyal aide.
Unwaveringly. All that I do for her. I seem to recall you expressing a similar sentiment. It is our role to guide her when she is on the wrong course of action. Is that not what you said?
You are not supposed to do it in secret. When you disagree with your leader, you must voice your concerns directly. Otherwise, what is the point?
The point is the same. Lady Edelgard's best interests are served whether she knows it or not. She needs not trouble herself with the mundane details of my actions. Only results matter.
You are sorely misguided. When I believe that Edelgard is making a mistake, I tell her as much. Through discussing the matter, I sometimes find that I was mistaken. To skip that process, to make a decision that is not yours to make.
Perhaps your advice is simply useless then.
Ouch.
Excuse me?
Here we go.
Listen to yourself. If I do as Lady Edelgard requires, then you tell me to be more independent. But if I tread my own path, I am misguided. I suppose the fault is mine for expecting any useful advice to come out of your mouth.
Ugh, I have had enough of your grousing. To think, I started to believe you were a useful aide.
Ouch. Yeah, it's always fun to watch them bicker. So, is there any other bickering to see too? Oh yeah, Shamir and Caspar. I'm pretty sure I haven't unlocked this one yet. I don't remember it anyway.
Caspar, how have you been?
Oh, Shamir. I've been... normal. Yep, totally normal.
What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Everything's normal.
Then you should try to act like it. If something is bothering you, say it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're a terrible liar.
I'm disappointed, Caspar. I thought you were the type to always speak your mind.
Alright, fine. You got me. Truth is that I heard something about you. I heard you fought in the battle between the Empire and Dagda.
Yes. And?
And I heard that you maybe lost someone important in that battle.
Perhaps. What's your point?
No point. Not trying to make a point. I just didn't know you were involved in all that. I was hoping we could be friends, but you fought against the Empire. You obviously have every reason to hate them, so I'm sure you don't want me around.
What does my past have to do with you?
My father was responsible for a lot of what happened to the Dagdans.
Are you responsible for your father's actions?
Well, no, but kinda. I know I wasn't there, but I gotta...
Bring them back.
Huh?
If you're responsible, then bring back the lives that were lost. If you can't, then spare me your pity.
But...
Yesterday's enemy is today's ally. You have to abandon old feuds. Only then can you face me as a friend.
I feel like I hear this way too much between Caspar and someone else. Get over it! Ooh, here's the real conversation I wanted.
Frigid ocean waters. I can feel them already.
Calm. Just listen to me for a moment. There's something I need to tell you. The reason I worked for House Varley, Bernadetta, was to kill you.
Wait, what?
Ha! I knew it. I always knew you were out to kill me. Sink me into the deep, dark, freezing depths. Hold on. House Varley? But why?
Wait. Huh? House... Oh wait, that's Hubert's family. What?
As you well know, theirs is one of the 6 great noble houses, the true rulers of the Empire. And you're the heir, with a crest. There were tons of people who wanted you wiped out. Like people who want to eradicate House Varley.
Wait a minute.
Or a relative who wants the glory for themselves.
Wait, no, House Varley isn't Hubert's family. No, that's Vestra. Varley's... Wait! So you were working with her father to kill you? What? Huh? What? Okay, explain your... Did I read that right? Okay, so you didn't exactly explain who ordered you to kill her, though. What?
That particular breed of treacherous nobility is the kind that'd hire a kid to do their dirty work. The first thing that kid would do, get close to the target by befriending her. Find an in through, say, an assistant gig.
This kid you're mentioning sounds real. That was you, wasn't it?
Yours truly. My biggest mistake? Getting to know you. I crept into your room one night and readied my blade. The whole thing had been a breeze, up until that moment. I couldn't bring myself to do it. While I hovered there, hesitating, your father came in. You know the rest.
Why are you telling me all this? I'm so confused.
Because I want you to look at it objectively. I was hired to kill you. Your father protected you from me. A filthy assassin. He was looking out for you. You're lucky to have a father who cares for you enough to do that.
Oh, he's still an abusive bastard, though. Heck, for all you know, between you and Ferdinand von Eyre rejecting the proposal, it's still an abusive bastard, but to be fair.
Father protected me? He protected me.
Yeah, why would I lie? At this point, I figure it's you who hates me, and not the other way around.
I don't hate you, Yuri. But I mean, I do feel weird. But I don't know how to feel. Can't we just be friends? Like back then?
You want to be friends with me?
The reason you couldn't kill me was because we were friends, right?
Well...
You were my first friend. My very first friend. The first person who played with me. The first person who went on adventures with me. The first...
And you were the first friend I had to baby that much.
What do you mean? Well, even so, you were the first friend who cared for me.
The whole thing was probably a sham anyway. Though, you know, even if it was, I did have a lot of fun with you.
I knew it!
Huh. That was not how I expected that conversation to go. Curious and curiouser. Okay, this one I've already seen. Oh yeah, there's still a bunch of those. Actually, oh wait. Yeah, I want to see this one first.
This is why I keep telling people we need to keep her underground.
There was a monster attack, wasn't there?
The church records explain in full detail what a threat she poses to everyone's safety. It's a miracle that no one was hurt. Next time, we may not be so lucky.
What makes you so certain this incident was caused by her sighing? It seems unfair to cast blame until you're truly sure.
Isn't it obvious? A horde of monsters appeared out of nowhere and attacked us.
Uh-oh. You guys are talking about me, aren't you?
There you are. You won't get away with this crime. I'll make sure everyone knows who was to blame.
Hey, you didn't answer my question.
Oh boy.
He doesn't care what we have to say. Forget about it.
He's not gonna forget about it. You're talking to Ash.
No, you told me you had nothing to do with this. I can't just leave it alone.
Yes, you can. And you don't need to worry about it.
He's gonna worry about it anyway.
But I do. What if they pressured you into confessing something you hadn't actually done? They mean well, but they seem to think they have good reasons to suspect you. Those suspicions could lead to forceful questioning. They'll do anything to get to the bottom of this.
You're probably right. If he has his way, they'll do whatever they can to pin it on me. What about you? There isn't some part of you that agrees with that creep?
No. I know you don't sigh unless you absolutely can't help it. You would never endanger people like that unless something pushed you over the edge. I know this wasn't your fault. You said as much, and I believe you.
That's sweet. But unfortunately, your conviction isn't good for much on its own. We have no proof.
Then we'll find proof. If you didn't cause it, then something else did. We just have to find out what. I'll investigate the site where we were attacked. There could be a monster nest nearby.
You're so darn trusting, Freckles. For all you know, I could be lying.
Are you really complaining about that right now?
Your commitment to honesty is as strong as mine. You'd never turn your back on our common bond.
What's that face for?
You're just like the Luna Knight.
Hey, come on. I was being serious.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you, I promise.
You're kind of laughing at him.
I guess part of me was hoping to meet one of those storybook heroes. Now I finally have.
If that's how you feel, then I'm going to live up to it. I'll do my best to make sure you never sigh again.
Okay. I can live with that. Okay. Yep. That is an acceptable outcome. I am perfectly okay with that.
Little Lysithia. These ears miss nothing, you know.
Oh, what's this about?
What are you on about this time?
Is it true that Count Ordelia plans to relinquish his title eventually?
Yes, but why are you asking?
I approve, that's all. Throwing off the shackles of nobility to live freely, it's a beautiful thing.
Then why bring it up?
I would ask that you refrain from painting them with the same brushstrokes that you so liberally paint yourself with.
That's fair.
My mother and father will carry on with all the associated duties befitting of nobles. Only after that will they retire.
Got it. And that's completely different from someone like me who tapped out of the nobility game, right? Your parents are exemplary nobles, that's for sure. I respect that you support them as much as you do.
Would you just stop? You're embarrassing me.
No, he's not gonna stop.
Can't be helped. Meant every word. If anyone should have red cheeks, it's me, given the choices I've made.
I'm sure you had your reasons.
Of course. Still, it is a bit cowardly of me not to stand up to my family a bit more. Honestly, it's since getting to know you that I've started thinking along those lines. One day soon I'll return to that house. My reception will be chilly at best. Still, it must be done. My house is full of lowlifes. But it also has my little bro, who took over when I left. He's good people. Even with the difficulties in Leicester, our house is still going strong. That's his doing.
He's good people? Did I really hear it? Okay. Treehouse, are you being dumb? What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you have him? I mean, it makes sense for Baltus with how you've set him up, but that sounds... Ugh. No. The grammar Nazi in me hates that. Ugh. I'm gonna regret using that word, aren't I?
That's why I've decided that it's time to talk to him about what can be done to help Count Ordelia.
Repaying your perceived debt would be nice, sure. But it sounds like you intend to foist your responsibility onto your little brother.
Ah, but the two aren't related. This is just the right thing to do. I'm still pondering how best to fulfill my vow.
Uh-huh.
Where are you going with this?
Well, you don't believe me, do you, little lady?
Just what exactly are you planning on in terms of this repayment?
Fair question.
After your family relinquishes their noble titles, I'll support them so that you can all live in peace.
Even though you're a lowlife?
That may be true, and it is, but consider this. I've seen life from both sides, as a noble and a vagabond. When their situation changes, they'll face new challenges. I'm the perfect guy to help them through.
You're irresponsible and unreliable. But clearly, you're not a bad person, and your support would be most appreciated. Just so you're aware, however, we have no means with which to pay you. So, are you sure you're still willing to follow through with this?
I thought the whole point was he's repaying them.
I wasn't planning on doing this for a payout, but if you really insisted on a thank you gift, well, you could always accept me into your family. Then paying me wouldn't be a consideration.
Excuse me? Just what are you insinuating?
Don't think too hard about it just yet. I still have lots of debts to pay and affairs to settle. In the meantime, let's just stick close together. Yeah?
Also a good support. Nice. Man, they are nailing the A supports. I like this. Oh man, now comes the real fun ones, ain't it? Oh boy.
Why did you bring me here? It's so isolated.
You're gonna make her sigh.
That would be the point.
Yikes. See you around, B.
Hang on a second. Out here, in a place like this, you should be free to sigh, yeah?
What do you mean by that?
I just thought it would do you well to cut loose and sigh to your heart's content.
Really?
Why are you playing this music?
You found a nice quiet place where you could annoy me without putting bystanders at risk?
Why does this always happen? That's not what I meant. This is me doing something nice for you. You said before that you can't ever relax because you're worried about endangering others. A lot's been going on recently, so let her rip already. Sigh until you can sigh no more.
That's nice of you.
You actually took it well? What is this? Who are you and what have you done with Happy?
A chance to relax and sigh as I please. Sounds good. But what do we do about the monsters?
That's why he's there.
What do you think? A monster shows up, I punch it in the nose. Done deal.
By yourself?
I'm never alone, pal. These two fists are always by my side, and they never let me down.
Oh, right.
It doesn't have to be here if you have performance anxiety, but anytime you accidentally call a monster, just holler and I'll punch it to next Tuesday. In fact, maybe it's best if you just stick by my side from now on. Do that and you're free to sigh whenever the urge strikes.
Why would I have to stay by your side?
Not a lot of people in this world can knock out a beast without breaking a sweat. I'm one of them. And since I'm always on the run from bounty hunters, I'm an exceptionally light sleeper.
You expect me to sleep by your side too?
Uh-oh.
Ooh, this may be my best idea yet. If I'm always with a monster summoner, fewer people will come after my bounty. This is brilliant.
Oh man, you're not even thinking about this the way Happy's thinking about it.
You never change, B.
No, he doesn't.
You're so predictable.
Uh-oh.
Alright, have fun.
Have fun? That's an odd thing to do. Monsters, they're everywhere. This is gonna be a blast.
Oh boy.
It's hard not to like that dummy.
Oh dear. Okay. Well played. Alright, it was worth getting to part 2 for this.
Delicious, is it not?
Did you get her more coffee?
There is little that can rival the taste of a freshly caught fish grilled to perfection over an open flame.
Aw.
I prefer mine with a pinch of salt.
Look at you, eating regular food like the rest of us regular folk.
Uh-oh, did she actually get self-awareness?
A fish from the river is a coin saved at the marketplace. My project will require every bit of gold I can spare.
Plus, there's a war going on. We've all got to save money however we can.
Constance, what is that shabby meal you're eating with such lowly company?
Oh
I
boy.
suppose after all that's happened, she's given up on regaining her noble title. Probably for the best.
Where the hell did you two come from?
How dare you?
Would you two mind your own business? We're just trying to eat in peace.
Did you hear that? It sounds like a stray cat is screeching at us.
Oh, just threatened to sigh already.
Oh dear, she's not using any silverware to speak of. She's just eating with her paws.
Really?
I'd expect that from a commoner, but Constance seems to be doing the same thing. How humiliating.
Oh, we're so vicious. Beating up on poor, pathetic Constance after all of her setbacks.
You're attempting to self-deprecate, but you're not doing yourself any favors. Wait, what?
What are you laughing at?
Pardon my outburst, but I couldn't help myself after your ridiculous conversation. How I eat my fish has nothing to do with my status. In fact, I shall vow one thing now. When House Nouvelle is restored, I shall bite into a whole fish thrice weekly.
Pardon?
Moreover, Happy is a dear friend. I won't permit you to call her a stray cat or anything so insulting. We shall continue to remain steadfast friends,
even after my title is restored.
And how soon do you expect that to happen?
We both know that if she carries on with such disgraceful behavior, she won't restore her house anytime soon.
Well, for the upper class, those two seemed rather classless.
What just happened?
What did just happen?
Oh, I knew them of old. They were callow noblewomen from the School of Sorcery.
No, I mean, you said that I'm a dear friend. Did you really mean that?
Hmm? Oh, well, one says all sorts of things when one feels like being cruel. But yes, I really meant that. Even when I am a noble once more, I expect you to keep me company well into my dotage.
Of course, Coco. Won't be easy getting rid of me.
I'm surprised Happy didn't snipe back with something. Still, at least Constance is actually taking... Bleh. At least Constance is taking the initiative, although... Oh man, I'm gonna have fun once I get into these. Oh man, I cannot wait to see what kind of insanity results from this. I mean, whoa, you're level 27 already? Actually, that's probably the level I'll require for when we go up to the Bridge of Murden, so that'll make sense. Ah well, moving on. Wow, that was a long time. 30 minutes of just looking at support conversations. I forgot how long these could take when I was looking through all of them back to back, and to think I was skipping on a few of them, and still have a few more to unlock. Neat. I'm gonna be kept quite busy as I unlock the remainder. Actually, not that busy. Though I guess it depends on the circumstances, so I'm gonna go check to see if the fortune teller will actually let me do something now. So, here goes nothing. Alright, so apparently the waste here isn't a very fast way of fast-tracking all this nonsense, but it does allow me to get part of the way there for a lot of them. Although, honestly, it's hard to tell really how... Well, I don't know, it's hard to tell exactly how much of an influence it's having. And given that I've only got 6 chapters to do all this in, I might need to rely on it a little bit more, but we'll burn that bridge when we come to it. For now, let's check out a few more of these.
This path isn't the right way either. Why do epic quests always involve a lot of legwork?
Really?
Well, Abyss is a big place. Maybe it's time to start on your next epic quest. Giving up and going home.
Don't encourage him.
People are dying up there after all. We don't have time for this sort of thing.
What sort of thing? You? I'd say you're way more important than the pursuit of war. More interesting, too.
Yeah, I'm the next big thing in Crystology. How flattering. You gotta stop saying things like that or someone might get the wrong idea. Lucky for you, I'm used to your weirdness by now.
I'm sorry my sincerity rubbed you the wrong way. I meant what I said, but that's fine. Now, back to your ability. I've discovered that this power can be attributed to your blood. The magic originates from your crest. There have been leaps and bounds in research on summoning magic focused on an arbitrary target. The only remaining problems are perception and distance, though it could be argued that—
Blah, blah, big words, blah. I don't even get what you're saying.
Oh, come on. I understood that, and I... Come on.
You don't have to understand it to appreciate its implications. Here's the connection. Once we understand your power, it's essential that we have a theoretical grasp on how to control it.
All right, I'll do my best.
That isn't as scientific as what I had in mind.
I'll probably need your help wrapping my head around the theoretical stuff. You up for that? No pressure. Well, people might die if you say no, so some pressure, I guess.
Huh? Why me? I guess it can't be helped. I suppose foisting this task on Professor Hanneman would be a waste of my precious efforts. This isn't what I had in mind, but I guess I'm the only man for the job, come to think of it.
Sounds great. Hey, if you're tired, there's no shame in calling it a day and heading back to the surface.
It's more walking than I expected. I've lost sleep over this. But you're way more important than a... Oh, right. You don't like me when I'm sincere.
Oh, boy.
Well, let's get on with the adventure then. We'll check out that hidden passage next. We've got to find that book that Timotheus is said to have left behind. Come along.
Fine. But what if we don't find the book, and you can't figure out a way to solve this?
I've come this far. Now I've got to see it through to the end.
How will I ever nap in peace otherwise?
I'm sure you'd
Sounds
manage.
Like we might be stuck together for a while.
I am certain that you would find a way to manage, knowing you. Alright, now comes the really fun ones.
Well, well, look who it is.
Huh?
Emil, it is you, isn't it? Are you feeling more talkative than when I saw you last?
Do not call me that.
Oh, look at you. From professor at the Officers' Academy to an Imperial General. Though you seem idle enough now, might you spare a moment for a proper apology?
Huh? For what?
Could you not have even informed me when dear Mercedes left House Bartels?
Oh dear.
To say nothing of the scandal you caused. Granted, I can hardly blame you, that family being what it was. But did it never occur to you that I ought to have been consulted? We've only known each other since childhood. Such callousness, such rank insensitivity.
Speak for yourself. You can't see his eyes are closed. Something's about to happen, and you're not gonna like it.
Emil, are you listening?
No.
You think you can escape? I won't be denied this time.
Be careful what you wish for.
You may think yourself skilled with a blade, but remember that my spell work is peerless.
No, you're just gonna tempt the Death Knight with that. Stop it.
Dealing with you would be no more than a murmured word and a flick of a finger.
Unless, last I checked, your aim is not Lysithea. Shut it.
Restrain yourself, Constance.
I am the model of restraint. On the contrary, Emil, it is you who insists on being so...
I said not to call me that.
You know I've not slipped from using General Yuritsa in public, and this is the thanks I get. Tell me, have you had a proper chat with Mercedes? You have, surely. You've always been the sort to keep your own counsel and let others draw their own conclusions.
Would it kill you to be silent for once?
Thank you.
Emil, stop! This isn't over!
It is now. Finally, someone I can agree with. Thank you, Yuritsa, for being... Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this. Thank you for being something other than... Actually, yeah, I like it that we have someone who's not as talkative. Please, give me more of that. Oh boy. This is gonna end well. Oh boy. Did you just faint?
I must have had a nightmare.
You're awake.
Uh-oh.
Yuritsa.
Yeah, that's it. Professor Yuritsa.
I am not a professor.
Wait, what? You're not Professor Yuritsa? Oh, yeah. Professor Yuritsa always wears a mask.
Oh no.
Then, who are you?
Oh come on, you're not that dense.
Yuritsa.
I don't understand. Are you Professor Yuritsa, or aren't you? Please make yourself clearer.
You're not this dense, what the hell?
I am Yuritsa, but I am not a professor.
A Yuritsa who is not a professor? So there are two Yuritsas running around the monastery?
Thank you.
Oh, wait. Aha! I got it. I get it now.
You're an idiot.
You're no longer a professor. Therefore, you're just Yuritsa. Plain old Yuritsa.
Yeah, think?
The professor isn't a professor anymore either, but doesn't mind the title. I guess I figured you'd be fine with being called professor as well.
When I was teaching, it was simply a task. Nothing more.
I don't really get it, but it sounds like there's a lot going on in that skull of yours, Yuritsa. Oh, Bernie, what the heck are you even doing in the infirmary?
You took one look at me and passed out.
Uh-oh.
Huh? Don't be silly! There's absolutely no reason I'd faint at the sight of you, Yaritza.
Wait. Now you're about to connect the dots.
I'm coming down with a sudden cold, I think. Yeah, I've gotta run to my room.
Yeah, I'd run too. Unless my name were Byleth, in which case I might be okay, but man. Jeez. Alright, so I guess I can use that to bolster things at any rate, even if I can't directly well, I can use it to technically directly unlock, but it seems like it would almost be easier to just... Well, not necessarily... Well, we'll see how much renown I need to burn, but it looks like I'd be better off using standard monastery activities wherever possible. So, for now, on with the show. Alright, so before we set out, let's get a couple more down.
All right, Yurikins, isn't it about time you let go of this grudge?
Huh?
I'm sorry I dragged you out onto the stage, but I can't believe you're still holding it against me.
Really?
I bear no grudge.
Doesn't sound like it.
Why do you get this stony look and face the other way anytime you catch a glimpse of me?
Oh no. What happened?
Oh, Ladybird. Truth be told, when I see you, it reminds me of my own self-loathing. Of my past.
Huh. I didn't know you were carrying something like that.
You rose up from your hardships and became the lead singer for a prestigious opera, all on your own, while I made my way through the world by licking the boots of wretched nobles, watching you on stage from the sidelines. It wasn't until recently that I felt a real sense of accomplishment in my life. But recalling that first pivotal moment when I saw you on stage, you were brilliant. You shone like nothing I'd ever seen. Whenever I see you, Ladybird, I'm reminded of that moment. And in that moment, I had never felt so filthy and unlovable in all my life.
You are opening up yourself a lot with that. Huh, I don't know how I feel about this.
That's why you don't like singing? There's got to be more to it than that.
Back then, the Imperial capital was swarming with disgusting nobles, all of them vying for your attention, for the love of the Dorothea. Many were willing to compromise with an inferior substitute. If they couldn't have you, perhaps someone else was capable of singing just as sweetly.
Oh dear.
You do what you must to chase your dreams. You say it left you filthy and unlovable, but my life didn't leave me unscathed either. There's not much love left in what I do. There was once, of course. As a child, I lived for singing. No matter how hard times got, I always had that. I counted myself so lucky to have met Manuela and joined the opera.
Wait, she's the one that found you? Curious.
But the more I sang for a living, the less certain I was that I loved it anymore.
You're a tricky one to assess. I can't tell if you're too wise or too naive for your own good.
You're gonna get so much lip for that.
Whether or not your heart's in it now, you certainly didn't appear to hate it back then. I'd never seen you beam so brightly, as you did when you helped me train for the performance.
You might be onto something. I felt genuinely happy in that moment.
You just lost your spark for singing. Nothing more. It's how I feel about it in a way. How about this? Why not join an opera that doesn't have dealings with nobles?
I don't know if that's even possible.
That's a great idea, actually. We'll start something new together. You and me.
I don't know about all that now.
Hey, your idea.
The world is full of people who fell through the cracks just like us. We'll take them in whenever we can and aim to become Fodlan's premier opera company. I can't remember the last time I was this fired up. Though we'll have to table it until after the war.
Huh. Our own one-of-a-kind traveling opera. You know, that does sound fairly thrilling. I've no doubts it could help deepen our pockets.
Really?
Leave it to you to take all the romance out of it. But I know you're an idealist deep down.
Takes one to know one. I must say, I do enjoy seeing your mischievous side at work.
I'll take that as a compliment. I could say the same for you, too.
It's exactly why I'm comfortable sharing this stream with you.
Damn, they're just nailing all of the A supports with the Ashen Wolves. I love it! Alrighty, is there any more from them? Nope! Let's see, I'm pretty sure... Oh wait, it's the last one that I haven't seen with Shamir.
Shamir!
Raphael?
This one's still amusing, though.
All right! That went better than I thought. You make funny sounds when you're scared.
I wasn't scared. Forget that happened.
Yes, you were!
Still, I'm impressed. You managed to sneak up on me. Not many can do that.
It's because I practiced that in-out-out breathing you showed me. I practiced until I passed out. It was worth it, though. I've been able to get real close to enemies lately without them noticing. I think I pretty much got it figured out. Sneaking up on you is a good sign.
True. To be honest, I didn't think you had it in you. I never thought you'd be able to suppress that unbearably palpable presence of yours. I respect anyone who could learn so much in such a short period of time.
It was 5
You
years.
might even be ready for a recon mission.
Recon? With you? And me? Together?
Why the surprise? I said you were ready.
Wow! I never thought I'd get to go scouting with you! I guess that practice really is paying off. Whoa! Was that a smile?
Calm down, Raphael. Are you really that excited to go with me? Your presence may have dimmed, but your emotions are hitting me like a tidal wave.
Oh, sorry. Is there a way to breathe and hide those too?
Nope.
No. That requires different training. From someone else. I'll keep you informed about the recon mission.
Okay, great! Looking forward to it!
I better see the results of that with the final conversation. Or I'm gonna shoot someone. Meanwhile, according to my records, I don't have any for Hubert and Hanneman, so I'm curious as to what this looks like.
Hubert, my boy. It's rather rare for the two of us to see one another with no one else around, isn't it?
Yes, I believe it is.
I was good friends with your father, you know. Perhaps this is fate, eh?
This is gonna go over well.
Of course, when I left the Empire, I broke off my friendship with him. And, well, everyone else.
You were right to sever ties with such a miserable piece of filth.
Sharp words, Hubert. Contemptible though your father may be, he is still your father.
Don't overcomplicate it. I will not forgive him. Ever. Contemptible is just the right word for the wretch. Do you truly know what kind of man my father was?
I assume you're talking about the insurrection of the Seven.
Or
At
worse.
the time, I was already at Garrick Mach. I know nothing more than hearsay. That said, I found it hard to believe that Lord Vestra would challenge the Emperor like that.
Yet that's exactly what he did. Since the dawn of the Adrestian Empire, House Vestra has served House Hresvelg as the Emperor's right hand. My father spat on a legacy of loyalty and devotion that had lasted 1100 years. He conspired with the ministers to usurp power from the Emperor and Lady Edelgard.
In your father's defense, the Emperor was attempting to take power from the Seven Houses. The Emperor's reform was an attempt to concentrate power in the hands of the throne. The nobles put a stop to that. Emperor Ionius lost the ensuing power struggle.
Now it is the nobles' turn to suffer defeat. Her Majesty will crush all who oppose her.
You hope she can cease this never-ending conflict? That's quite a goal, Hubert.
Huh. Political talk. Nice. I like that. Keep going. I want to hear more.
That's the last of them.
Or not.
Another threat to Her Majesty? Who's there?
It's me. You owe me for that one.
Shamir, what are you doing here?
Same thing you are, but I'm after a particular target. The dark side of the Knights of Seros is proving troublesome. I should have known, having been one.
I was negligent. I had thought we'd sufficiently thinned the numbers of these scum. Seems I was mistaken. In any case, you have my thanks.
Save it. Just doing my job.
Even so, killing your former allies. Do you feel no remorse whatsoever?
Do you really want the answer to that question?
You wouldn't, so I ask.
Bingo.
You are not me. Answer the question.
What's it matter? I owed a debt to Rhea. I served in the Knights of Saros to repay her. I repaid that debt, now I'm here. I'm sure it was considered dishonorable of me to leave, but that's none of my concern. I have no connection to the Saros faith, nor to the ways of Fodlan.
That's right. You're from Dagda. Well, consider me glad you're on the right side. At least for the time being.
You worry too much. Watch out, or it'll be the death of you.
Haven't we been over this before with you threatening each other? I mean, I like it, but that's beside the point. Alright, now I need to go take over the Great Bridge. Oh boy. This is the part that I wasn't looking forward to, but hey, if it means I unlock the remaining S supports, I guess I should take it as I'm able. Still, I guess I can use Silver Snow as a chance to get most of those. I probably won't showcase those since I've looked most of them up already, but still, we carry on. Let's see what this has to say for itself.
Oh, hey. I've been meaning to speak with you.
What about?
I heard that you've been telling people not to worry so much about my condition. Is that a fact?
Maybe.
No need to be coy. Thanks for doing that. But I do have one minor concern. You said that I haven't sighed in 5 years? What the heck is that about? Everyone's calling me half-decade happy now.
Wait, what?
First of all, terrible nickname. Second of all, you weren't even here. Did you just make that up?
No, I asked around.
You asked around? That's such a weird thing to do. I'm fighting the urge to sigh right now.
I thought I was helping.
Well, the nickname's bogus. I have absolutely sighed in the last 5 years. You wouldn't believe what a hassle it was. Monsters rampaging willy-nilly through Abyss. There were soldiers there to fight them off, so no one got hurt. But it was a close call. Maybe if you had been there, it wouldn't have been so much trouble.
Me?
Yes, you. You've got the Sword of the Creator. That thing can chop through monsters like nothing.
Is that all?
Are you fishing for compliments now? Fine, you're a good leader. You watch out for all of us. Even when the rest of the world turns and hides from me, I know you've got my back.
That's true. But why would you be so... Is this influencing your personality?
You make me feel safe. Like I can be myself. Like I don't have to worry so much about keeping my emotions in check. I felt pretty sad all that time you were gone. I could have left Garrick Mach altogether. But then I started thinking, you might still be alive after all. So I went looking for you. Back to where you'd fallen and all.
You really care about me, huh?
Oh, forget I said anything. Look at me getting all mushy and sincere.
No, please continue.
How embarrassing. Let's just go back to earlier when I was giving you a hard time.
Don't be embarrassed.
Hey, I can feel embarrassed if I want to. I can feel however I want to feel. Whoa, did I really just say that? I think that's enough vulnerability for one day. I'll see you around.
Oh man, it's gonna take forever to get that S support. Oh, Yuri now. Cool.
Looks like I've got them all.
Am I interrupting?
Nah, just wrapped up what I was doing. Need something, friend?
Is that what you just wrapped up?
Oh, you mean this?
What is that?
I use it to write down the names of everyone I've lost over the years. We lost a lot of lives back in the war. Some of them were only with me a little while. Some of them were family to me.
So what you wrote in your old notebook
is what I write in this one. I used the old one to practice writing like the Elder taught me way back when. Then I repurposed it. Somewhere along the way, I figured I should record the names of those I've lost. The ones I failed to protect. There's nothing we can do for the dead, not in this world. Not really, anyway. And it's not like we know what happens after. So writing their names down here, that's all just for me. For the one who's still around. After all, they deserve to be remembered. Even if they're not here to see it. We all shared the same dream. They lost their lives to build that dream. And as their leader, it's on me to remember them, however I can.
That's a heartfelt gesture.
Oh, you think so, do you? And here I thought I was just the heartless villain in your eyes. Well, anyway, make of my notebook what you will. It doesn't matter much to me.
Apparently it
If
does.
you go before I do, I'll make sure to add you in here as well.
It's not as though I'm one of your people.
You may not be one of my people per se. At this point, I do have to admit that I can count on you. I kinda get the sense that if I hang around you, that dream I've been grasping for will become all the more real. So, do me a favor and don't go dying on me, okay?
Oh. Same to you.
It'd take a lot to get rid of me. I was born under a particularly lucky star. Cat got your tongue. Looks like you want to say something but don't know how.
So much talk of names and yet I don't know yours.
That again? You don't give up easy, do you?
Nope.
Alright. I'll toss you a bone. My name's not actually my name. But it's the one I'm enrolled with here at the Academy. The one I've hung on to as the adoptee of House Row. Come to think of it, the last I heard someone use my real name was... a very long time ago. From my mom. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll tell you. Perhaps if you decide to pursue that dream alongside me, you'll find out.
No pressure then. What are you trying to bait me into seeking out your support? Well, S support first? I'd have to double back pretty far for that. Oh, this nonsense. Alright, carrying on with the main story. Alright, before we get too far, actually, I'm pretty sure I took out one of these, but still.
As my mind clings to desperate thoughts, here it comes, horsebow moon and summer's end. Did you hear me just now? What did you think?
Marvelous, as though sung by the goddess herself. Enchanting, heartrending, your voice truly captivates all who hear. It is as though you channel all the emotion and human experience of your life into the music.
Well, I guess I have my fair share of life experience, so long as you're not implying I'm old.
No, that is not... I mean to say that you skillfully applied your own interpretation in the music.
Interpretation? When I sing, I am not interpreting. I'm scarcely thinking at all. I simply yield my heart to the poetry, and the emotion follows naturally.
I believe that is what they call genius. I hope you will permit me to listen again. I would like to hear it up close next time.
Of course. Next time I'll perform a private show. Just the two of us.
You mock me.
Never. I wasn't mocking you. In fact, I'd like to see some more of your poetry.
My poetry? Why?
I'd like to use it for another song. I promise that when it's done, you'll be the first to hear.
Please, my poetry is merely an idle pursuit.
That doesn't matter. The words are unadorned, the feelings so direct. Your poems have touched my heart. They are so true to life.
I suppose there is a certain appeal in the portrayal of such dark emotions, even if it is a bit graceless.
Very well. Take this. You may use any of the poems I've finished working on.
Oh my, I can hardly wait. Is this the next part of the poem I was singing just now?
Yes. I wrote that after I heard you sing the first part. I had nearly given up on it, to be honest. But your music gave me the inspiration to continue. Though it is still quite unpolished, and not at all ready for a broader readership, I feel.
Unpolished? No, Lawrence. It's beautiful. Thank you. To think that my voice inspired you. Yet, it's you who inspires my voice. I'm so excited to start a new song.
Yes, please do.
Alrighty. So before we get to the really fun one, let's see where this goes.
Let's see. Has to be here somewhere.
Oh, my princess! Pray tell, are you seeking a book?
Really?
Ferdinand, you should probably settle down a little with the princess talk. Just speak to me normally. My princess days are long gone.
I could not disagree more. To me, you will always be that dazzling songstress, that veritable princess of the opera. From ages 5 to 11, I never missed a single one of your performances. Seeing you on stage was like glimpsing heaven. I was overcome with bliss.
You're going a little overboard, and I think I may have something in my eye.
An elegant coalescence of beautiful song and frenetic swordplay. That was the most memorable aspect for me. On stage, weapon in hand, letting your ballads soar to the heavens. Honestly, the first time I held a sword, it was not to train. I was trying to do your sword dance.
I inspired your love of weaponry? How flattering.
Correct. It is all thanks to you.
I have questions.
Oh, come now.
I have many questions.
Although I'm honored if my stage presence had any such influence on your life.
The honor is all mine. You blessed me by returning to my life. No matter where I go, or who I end up marrying, my childhood memory of you is inscribed in the deepest depths of my heart. Is something the matter?
You should not have brought marriage up.
Oh, nothing. I just feel a little empty inside now.
You should not have mentioned marriage. Wrong move. Alright, so, now the real fun one.
Your Majesty, might I have a moment of your time?
This'll end well.
Yes, of course. Unless you're not planning yet another magical exhibition, are you? Knowing you, it seems a safe bet. I can't imagine what else it could be. I already promised to help you revive House Nouvelle. If our campaign continues as it has, we'll soon prevail. There's no need to keep inventing spells.
Like that would stop her.
I don't doubt that your Majesty has things well in hand when it comes to the war. Yet why should I allow that to deter me from achieving my ultimate satisfaction? As the scion of proud House Nouvelle, I shall bring about my grand achievement before my house is restored. On that, you may rely.
You have a strong will and a strong mind. You do not consider yourself above concerted effort either. Even during wartime, you trust your own ability to fight and survive. You're ever focused on the future and on the actions necessary to realize it.
Where is this coming from? If there's an angle to be played with this phrase, it eludes me.
I was only speaking the truth. I find your efforts to be admirable.
There's actually gonna be begrudging respect between the two? What is going on here?
Your words are sweet. And yet...
Yes? Please, go on.
Forgive me, Your Majesty, but you promised that House Nouvelle would be restored. Yet you work toward a future with no place for the noble houses of old. Granted, in your unified Fodlan, the acting lord for each territory will come from noble stock. But in the long term, Your system will replace the nobility. Our role will change significantly.
Huh. Okay, now Edelgard's getting hit from Ferdinand and Constance? Oh, keep going.
That's exactly right. There will no longer be lords who inherently rule over a particular territory. Instead, nobles will act as government officials, working for the people in exchange for a salary. Officials will be selected from the general populace as well, bringing an end to the very concept of social standing. All will rise and fall by their own merits.
And it is for those reasons that I continue my magical research.
There it is.
Even if nobility ceases to exist as a concept, the meritorious spellcraft displayed by House Nouvelle shall make us a household name.
I must admit, your words strike a chord. I find myself oddly moved by your proclamation.
So you see, Your Majesty, the fortunes of my house dovetail nicely with your plans. The road on which you stride courageously forward leads to my own bright future.
I too believe that the future you wish for can be found at the end of this path we're cutting.
Splendid! Oh, amid all this talk, I neglected to present my demonstration.
Uh-oh.
Sit back as I, Constance von Nouvelle, display the never-duplicated Nouvelle style of spellcraft.
Huh. This support actually made you tolerable. Well played.
About that. Another time, yes? I have much to do elsewhere.
Go show it to Ferdinand.
No, wait! There's no time like the present! Why, it shan't take more than an hour or two.
And that's exactly why she doesn't have the time. Oh boy. It never frickin' ends.